Did y'all start doing lashes and stuff already?
Supposed to be sending all that over to Angie. I would just follow up with Angie.
Oh, so this is like y'all have never seen
You're
any
the
of
demo.
this.
You're
Oh my
the demo.
goodness. Okay, no pressure.
Yeah, she should be over there.
Okay, so y'all know these are gel pads. So I think it's like really important to make sure all the bottom lashes are taped completely down. 'Cause have you ever seen like videos of like people's lashes bottom getting like stuck to the top? That's the reason. Yeah. So you want to make sure you tape all of the bottom lashes down, even if that means you're using like 500 pieces of tape. Like get them down, because then you won't have so many stickies later down the line. I usually use 4 pieces of tape, but again, if you need more, use more. Okay, then I'm gonna have you look all the way up at me. And y'all can get closer if y'all want to, whatever y'all want to do. And you see how like all those bottom ones are pretty much down? And you see how like those are kind of peeking out? And then I'll take those down.
Is there any specific type of music you like to listen to?
No, whatever. Okay, I'm gonna be close them for a second. Yeah, perfect.
Do you like generic so that YouTube doesn't flag me? Do generic music.
So YouTube doesn't flag you?
Yeah.
Why does it flag you?
Copyrighted stuff. I'll be like, you're using music that is copyrighted.
For you?
She's recording.
Oh, because you're recording.
So when I upload it, they're gonna like flag me. They're gonna like, we're gonna delete your account.
Even if I use Spotify?
Yeah. Cause YouTube's gonna be like, are you gonna pay for this music?
Like, yeah, we are.
But it's generic music.
It's royalty free music is what she
Just like something not to people like jazz, piano or something. I don't know.
Jazz.
That's all I need to do now. The other people says all right. Yeah.
And I can send you guys the video if you guys want.
Yeah, that would be good, because I'll wear a ball today.
Is there a difference between the tape you're using?
No, not really. This one's just like paper tape. This is the one I typically use. But sometimes you see like this one's kind of like lifting up.
Okay.
So like I said, if you need more tape, use more tape. Yeah, there's like never too much tape. Again, you just want to make sure they're like fully good before you start. Because as soon as you start messing with glue, if everything's not taped down, it gets real messy. Yeah.
But it's like the same for the lash lift and tint.
Yes,
So you're not
exact same
getting
thing.
that
Yeah, yeah, exactly. This is Next Care tape. So it's like the adhesive's a little different, but pretty much the same. Okay, so first I'm gonna prime them. You look like you don't have anything on your lashes, right? Okay. If they did, you could always give them a lash bath. If not, you can just use primer. Kind of up to you. You don't need a whole lot.
Actually, just, I don't know. Christy, when did I get that lash lift?
Like 2 weeks ago?
Okay.
Are they too lifted for?
No, I just told her that she might not have like the best retention with them, but they're fine. So first you want to see what you're kind of doing before you start grabbing lashes and putting them on. So me and her already kind of talked about you'll always have like a little mini consultation before, and you'll kind of talk to your client and ask them like what they want, what kind of look they're going for. If they want like an open eye, cat eye, you know, I always ask them too, like, what do you not want? Just so you know, like, you know, what they want. With her, she said she wanted to open her eyes up a little bit, so I'm gonna do a really simple, like, map. But again, that you'll learn more about too. So you'll start with like the inner corner, and then the outer corner. You can kind of map however you want, really. It becomes really preference. I've done it so long, I typically don't map. So you can just separate it into equal sections. So since I want to open her eyes up, I'm going to do the longest length in the center, and then I'll kind of taper them up. So I'll start with the smallest length we have, and that's a 9. So we're doing 9s in the inners. And then we'll probably go to 10s. And I don't know if I want to do 11s or 12s yet. So we can always start in the inners and then go up to whatever we think. And then I'm going to go back down to 9s.
So you usually do the biggest one in the middle?
It just depends on what the client's going for. Can you see mine are like really long on the ends? So it just depends on like what kind of look you're trying to go for. Let's do that for now. And then again, you can always change it. It's not like a permanent.
Actually, a question. It's kind of like not on this stuff, but I practiced lashing before I came in, and with your little glue rings, do you prefer them to have like the little
Ridges?
Yes.
Yes. I actually, I
Easier?
love those. I use those more for volume though.
Okay.
Classic, it doesn't really matter.
That doesn't matter.
No, not
Because you're
really.
doing one individual lash. to
Yes.
each lash.
Yeah. So classic is just one lash on one lash. That's it. It's real simple. One lash on one lash. Volume is when you like are adding a lot more, you know. Volume. So that'll be like 5 lashes on one lash. So that's when you're kind of like using that little ridge to like fan them out.
Yeah, I was trying to make fans and I didn't have it, so
That's
I had to
hard
like
to
make
start.
my own. It was hard. It was really hard.
Yeah, starting doing fans is tough.
So do you want a little bolster underneath?
No, I'm okay. Thank you.
Like
like it?
dots and like usually
No,
I'll
I'm
crease
just with my sweater. Thank you though.
I'll just use this one. And then tweezers too, it becomes preference. You'll use like several different tweezers, and then you'll kind of get to know which ones you like and which ones you don't like. So I'm gonna start the way eyelash. Again, everything kind of is preference. So once you start getting the hang of it more, then you figure out what you like and what you don't like. I kind of like to lash like everywhere. So I kind of like go through like different sections, and then I'll go to this eye. But it really doesn't matter. As long as you have your map and you're following your map, it doesn't, there's no like rhyme or reason to it. Pick up a lash.
You have to do it one by one.
Mm-hmm. Little dip and then place.
What part are we sticking it to? The skin?
No, so you want to avoid the skin completely. You don't want like anything touching their skin. It's only on their lashes.
Oh, you go back and forth.
Yeah, that's what I kind of lash everywhere. If you lash right next to each other, it's fine. It's kind of more for like advanced lash artists, because then they start getting stuck to each other, and you don't want that. So that's kind of why
So
I
it's
like to
good to
lash.
go.
Yeah, Because if I were to put the same, like another lash extension right next to it, they'll probably get stuck together, and that's when you are damaging your lashes.
So it gives it a chance to dry when you
Yep,
alternate.
exactly, yeah.
Is that all we're doing this week? Is the exam?
How do y'all feel about that?
I don't know.
Lashing is fun, I promise. It just takes a lot of time and practice. A lot of practice. If y'all don't get it the first time, don't be surprised. I did not get mine the first time at all. It took me a minute. My lash class that I took, my model, I took 4 hours and still they looked awful. So, and my model was my mom, so I made her go home and I was like, lay back down. I have to fix this. And she's like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah.
Do you attach it from under or from the top?
With classic, you can attach under, above, it doesn't really matter. With volume, it has to be on top or bottom. Yeah,
Okay.
so it doesn't really matter how you attach classic. As long as the curl is like sticking up.
And what kind of curl are you using on a classic set?
You can use any curl on a classic set. Again, that just depends on like what your, yeah, and kind of what their eye shape, you know. The diameter is what's important though for a classic. So classic is like 0.15. Yeah.
How long does it normally take to do after you get the hang of it?
Honestly, I can do a full set within like an hour and a half. Maybe 2, depending on how full their lashes are.
And what did you say, like, if her lift would have been too much? How does that affect the lashes?
So you really don't want to do lashes when you have a lift because you're not getting like, I don't know, like maximum retention. Because they're so curled, it's not like enough base for the lashes to like fully attach to. Yeah. Hers aren't super curled though, so it kind of will be up to you as like a lash artist.
And does that glue dry fast that's in your ring?
The one that I use, yes, but for beginners, you want a slower glue because I'm probably making it seem like it's really easy, but once you're like on someone's lashes, it's really hard to get like all of it aligned. So you kind of want a slower drying glue so you have time to like play around with it. Mine's pretty fast. I think mine's 0.05 seconds to 1 second.
But like it won't dry up in your ring.
Oh no, it won't dry in your ring. But you do want to change it every like 30, 40 minutes. Are any of y'all interested in lashes?
Yes.
Yeah? That's exciting.
I think it's fascinating. I mean, like, I didn't know what you did at all.
Yeah. Yeah, don't be surprised if y'all are like super frustrated the first time you're playing with it, but don't give up because I love lashes. It is super frustrating at first though. You're like, why can I not get this one lash to stick on?
When you said classic was 0.15, were you talking about like
The diameter. Mm-hmm.
And that's
how
the
you kinda
diameter of the
see.
lashes themselves?
Mhm.
Okay.
And that's like C 0.15. That's how you like can tell. If it's 0.05, then that's volume.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's right here, like on the box. Yeah.
So you're putting it like right underneath the eyelid or?
Sure
Mhm. So you want to get it as close as possible to the eyelid
Amazon.
without touching the skin.
I know, I saw Kaylee wearing those and I'm like,
And it's so it's touching.
I
told
know
myself,
that
don't do
stitching
it,
is
don't
just
do
the
it.
most on
Yeah.
women.
and I'm gonna do it again.
Do you see how close that is? Like it's
Like a
right there.
Oh, yeah.
But it's not touching the skin
Yeah,
at all.
those Amazons like with shipping and taxes and one specialty. So if you see me wearing them all week, it's because I need to get my money's worth. I'm mad at
So you want to really isolate it. You want to get that one lash by itself.
That's what
and
I
then
do
you
right
wanna
now.
place it.
Instead of scrubs.
Me too. I've been washing them every day, but these are like 10 times comfier than the other ones I was wearing. Because I sized up. I didn't realize that the other ones were small, so I put these on. Now it feels like I'm wearing PJs. Yeah. What size are you wearing? A medium. But I was wearing a small in the joggers, and the other one, it said they fit all right. But then I put these on, and it's all loosey goosey.
What do y'all think so far? What are y'all's thoughts?
It's coming together quick. It already looks really pretty from underneath.
Cool. And how to kind of check, like, from my point of view, is you use this little mirror, and it'll show you what that looks like
Oh,
under. Yeah.
like the dentist.
Exactly. Exactly.
A lot of people use those mirrors too for like lashless, taking like
Mm-hmm.
social media.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I do that.
Did you want to get the Sonic Suite on Amazon? The skateboard. Yeah. I haven't done it, so we can do it today. Okay. I don't have my bag with me. Okay. We can see. I don't know. December. It's December. I need to have time. Yeah.
Hmm.
What do
Where's your other lanyard?
What do you mean?
Put
The
it in your
whole
pocket.
thing, like,
Oh, you lost the whole thing?
yeah, like the whole thing, like,
Where? Where?
in the process of me getting out of my car and coming here.
You think it's in the parking lot? That's what I said. Scrolling.
I had to look, my car's like parked right here in the first parking spot, and I can see it like, it's not right there.
And you didn't even walk outside?
Mackenzie.
What if it's by the front door or something?
I'll go look outside and make myself feel better.
Well, now it's an excuse to get one of those cute things on Amazon. The little thing. There you go. Like $5.
I need to start putting it around my neck. Can't get lost that way.
Yeah. I'm gonna stay staple it to your scrubs.
Like whiplash when you get it off.
So I think the most important thing that I can tell you is isolating. So when you're placing a lash, you want to make sure you have just one lash. So
And are you putting them on top? Or are you putting them on the bottom?
Honestly, I put mine on the top, but like I said, it doesn't really matter because classic is just one lash. That is different though when you're doing volume. When you're doing volume, you want to go from the top or from the bottom. But classic, you can do the sides, the top, the bottom, as long as the curl is going straight up. Yeah.
Are you gonna demo like both types of sets or just the classic?
No, just classic. But I would really recommend getting really good at classic before even like trying to do volume. Because once you've got classic done, it's like a really good foundation.
And is classic kind of like a natural?
Yep, classic's a lot more natural.
So the end of the lash that you're attaching is never touching their lash line.
Yes.
It's just
Yeah, you want to get it as
slightly-
close as possible to their lash line, but you don't want it to touch at all, because then it'll really irritate their. It won't feel very good.
It's probably the hardest part, is not going that low.
When you're starting, it's honestly better to get further away than on the skin.
You think too, y'all go to school, so people know that they're coming in for, I mean, some clients, you gotta have a, instructor come in and talk to them, but for the most part, they're paying $50 for a full set and $25 for a fill, so what you can do, they have to know that, y'all are a school, so y'all are learning. There she is.
Just stay there the whole time, because there's that big down there, because she's doing on the blacks right now,
Oh,
actually.
she had told you to went down with it.
Yeah, I told her, that's why I came up, so.
Pull up a seat, girl.
Hey.
Yeah, but this is Bree.
Who's teaching lash week?
Me.
Okay.
I'm just not doing the demo. I can do them. I just to sit there and do a full set.
Yeah, you're not really a lash girl, huh?
Lifts intense, but extensions. But I also have never really given myself time to like sit down and see if I really enjoy it. It's like I was just turned off in the beginning, and
Me.
That's what I'm saying. You get so frustrated in the beginning. It really is when you're trying, like you're not used to working with both of your hands.
right.
I think that's probably the hardest thing, because you'll have to isolate a lash, hold it there, still pick up another lash, and then make sure that's still open. So getting used to that process alone, it takes some time.
And then not really like using a ton of pressure. And
Yeah.
like mannequins, I'm like, okay, cool, I'll do a mannequin.
Yeah.
I think the sheer back pain of sitting that long.
Well, and that's the part of like getting a bed that actually like works for you, so then you're not, having bad ergonomics. A lot of them have those. Have y'all seen those little S-shaped beds?
Mm-hmm.
Is that the one? What do you have, Brie?
I recently just got a recliner
Okay,
and really like it.
do you like it?
Yeah, I really like it.
That's like the hot new trend. That and the S's.
I I really just got it because my lash bed was falling apart and I was like, you know what, I guess let me just try something new. But no, I really like
And your
it.
clients probably comfortable too.
Oh yeah, they are like
Just
yeah,
like a
this is so
lazy
much
boy
better.
recliner?
You can, yeah, or there's like specific, like there's like $100 recliners on Amazon. That's the one I got. It's a black one, and it also has like a massager in it.
For
I'm like,
$100? Wow.
yeah, like I said, I just bought it because I was like, I'll just try it. It's only $100. But
I
no, all my
actually
clients are really
like the
it.
chair that there's something to catch your chest. Do you know
I've
that?
seen that. Mhm.
Like the one that she's sitting on, it has something that
I've
catches your,
seen that. I
and
haven't
it's
tried
so much
that.
more comfortable. It like I
You
feel
can
like
kind of put your weight on it.
yeah, you put your weight on it, keeps your back straight, and then now you're
Your arms are kind of firm.
What kind of light do you use? Do you like the sea light?
I don't use a sea light. The light I have is like it goes straight up like this and then it goes straight over.
Okay.
I got it on Amazon now. I have a Amazon storefront too, so all my lash stuff is linked
Do you have an
on
Instagram?
there. I do have an Instagram.
Tag you. What's your
It's beauty dot by dot Brianna underscore.
How do you spell your name?
With 2 N's.
Here, you can come look at it right now. So
I just got it.
You got it.
I think Mosey was already following.
Yeah, yeah. But yeah,
That's a
I
good
love
picture.
those lights.
Very good.
I want to think. So cute.
My daughters walk around saying, it's so aesthetic all the time. They're 10 and 12. So.
The new language. I've had younger
keep up
students say
with
certain
it.
things, and I'm like, what does that even mean?
Yeah, my little cousins, they're always like, you don't know what that means. Like, I'm not that old, I swear.
The one, what was it? Standing on business. I'm like,
Standing on business.
what does that
meaning
mean?
like you're serious about
I'm
something.
standing on business.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jesus.
And I'm like, why don't you just say I'm serious?
Yeah. My 11-year-old nephew adores my husband, so he takes him to his school, and they nicknamed him Uncle Gyat, and they chant his name. There's a cult under my husband, and now they're calling me Mrs. Gyat. I'm like, please exclude me from this narrative right now. I am like, I don't want to be. I'm like schooling my nephew. I'm like, please stop involving your uncle. They're gonna think he's some perv or something. Like, we cannot have this going on. But yeah, he's. Kids nowadays they're wild. The things they come up with.
My clients keep me up to date with all the slang. They do.
Do you use an atomizer or anything?
Oh, what?
An atomizer?
Like a nano mister?
Yes.
Yes, I do. At the very end, I do.
Yeah.
Or if the humidity is really low, then I will.
Can you zoom in anymore? Can you zoom in? Like before you turn it off, maybe.
What time are you here till today, love?
8.
8. Oh, you're making it a long day.
I'm gonna have a very long day. I was just gonna make sure I eat on time because I don't want another migraine. Like, this would be my 5th day, and I can't.
Do you think it started from not eating the other day?
No, I think it was like hormones. I had my period and like post-period migraine, and the heat did not help. It was 105 the other day. Yeah, and
Is there a way to check how many hours that we have, like total?
Yes, I'm out though. On vacation until when I think she comes back on
You can do it on the Square app.
Yeah, you can do it on your
You can
phone.
look at it on the app, it'll tell you where you're at. Does it tell you your virtual hours too? Or no,
Yeah,
yeah.
everything.
Total? You can check on there.
It just
We've
doesn't
checking
have
that all
the
the time.
conference hours.
Right.
That's the only thing it doesn't.
Which I don't think any of them went to the conference.
The Dallas.
You went? Did you like it?
I did.
It's
I loved
awesome,
it.
right? I've been twice.
I went to the Sorello facial demo. It was really cool.
I went to a bunch of the social media marketing classes this year. They're pretty good.
I have those videos on YouTube as well. And I think I'm gonna make a playlist of just
Yeah, I wanna-
Melusi videos.
See what your YouTube channel is.
Do you have them private though?
Yeah, I do have.
When I'm picking up the lash, I'm pretty close to the top. I'm not like super close to the bottom. So when I pick up, I'm like right here. Can y'all see that?
And if you press like just the slightest bit too hard, then it'll like bend it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was doing that when I was practicing.
Yeah. So when you dip it, you want to grab it with enough room that you can dip your tweezer and that your tweezer doesn't get all full of glue.
So if you get it too far towards the end of it, it will bend it, you think? Is that what you're saying?
Well, you can bend it at any point that you grab it. You just have to be able to do it with just enough pressure
Okay.
to have it, but not.
Yeah. So
Too
she's
hard.
saying is if you press too hard over here, then this happens.
Oh, okay.
Do you see how that's not
Yeah,
even
right.
attaching at all? And now the base is wanting to attach like this.
Oh, I see.
So when you're lashing, when you find what I was taught, and it kind of helps a lot, the base of this, it's hard to tell, but you want to line up the base of this and the lash. So you want to line it up, and when you find it, slide it and drop it.
Okay.
No, you're good.
So you want to line it up, slide it, and drop it.
Like slide down
Mm-hmm.
on top
Oh.
of
Mhm.
the natural.
Can you show that on this
Mm-hmm.
one?
I'm trying to get lash. So you want to make sure you have just one in your tweezers.
Mm-hmm.
You want to dip it. You want to line it up right here. Find it and then drop it. And you see how that twist?
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. You can always just bring it over like this.
So it kind of like sticks instantly to the
Yeah.
neckties. and
Yeah,
stuff.
pretty much. I think the biggest mistake I always see when people are learning, you're almost wanting to like put pressure instead of just letting it do its thing.
So the like just a little bit of glue, the gravity just
Yeah,
will do
you
the
want
work
to just
for
line
you.
it up and let it go.
Okay.
The more you like try to like figure out how to like press it on there,
It'll go
it just will start
sideways and
messing.
stuff,
Yeah. So as long as you line up that base, it kind of will do the work for you.
And how many times do you like or when you were beginning try to
Mhm.
put a lash on and then that lash just doesn't work and you have to just get another lash?
Oh, girl, all the time.
Okay.
All the time,
Is
and
it-
that's fine.
Is it
Yeah.
easier to just take off?
Yeah. I'll show
Or if
y'all.
it doesn't land right or
Yeah.
okay.
Honestly, when you're starting, I wouldn't worry too much about how the direction is going. You just want to try to get them on, and that's it. Because it's gonna be a lot harder than it seems. You'll try and you'll have to throw it away. Try and then throw it away. Try, but just keep trying. It'll eventually get easier. But again, I think lining up that base and kind of just dropping it.
And you want one tiny little bead of the glue.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I was practicing on my daughter, I was getting like 2 or 3 beads.
Yeah.
So that was hard.
When you're picking it up, that's what. Do you see how like there's like 3 little beads
Yeah,
of
that's
glue?
what I was
That's what you don't want.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So when you're dipping, you want to dip in, and you want to dip out, and that's plenty.
Okay.
Yeah. when you dip in the glue and you pull it out too fast, that's when you have multiple beads. You dip in, dip out, line it up, in place. Honestly, that's like the biggest compliment is them going to sleep because you know that you're not bothering them.
They're doing good. They look so pretty.
Beauty sleep.
It's weird falling asleep because I'll like fall asleep for like a second and then wake back up.
It's
You
like
feel like
you're
it's
dozing
years,
off, it's
right?
you're very in and out.
It's very weird.
Because I try to like breathe deeply when I'm on the table and then I fall asleep and then I'm
Yeah.
When I get my lashes done, I feel like at the end, like when I open my eyes, I'm so dizzy, but I don't know why.
Yeah.
Really?
It's so weird. Like like at the beginning when I first got them done, it was bad. Like to where like I couldn't even drive after. Like I'd have
Oh
to
my
like sit there
gosh.
for like 10 minutes, and I'd be like, okay, I can drive now. I felt like I got drunk or something. I'm like,
Because
what
you're
is
like
wrong
laying
with me?
down, like for that
With your
long or
eyes
something,
closed,
yeah.
but you're awake.
Yeah.
You know, because it happens whenever I'm awake most of the time. But if I sleep, normally it's fine. And if you were left-handed, would you switch the tweezers the other way?
Mm-hmm. And this would be on this side, and you would be picking it up with this one.
Okay.
Yeah. Just going through them. There's a few different ways to like separate the lashes. You can use both your tweezers and like go through them this way to find one. There's also like another method where you just use this one and you're like barely opening it, and then you can find it that way. But whatever works for you, really, as long as you make sure you have just one lash in there. What I do is I kind of use both of them. And then really separate it.
Do your hands ever cramp up?
No, honestly. No.
You have to be like light. Are you light with your hands?
I'm
Not
pretty
so
light.
stiff.
Yeah, I'm pretty light. I don't really get cramps in my hands. When I do get cramps in my hands, it's like at a random time. It's never while I'm actually lashing.
Okay.
Yeah. Out. They'll pop out. And those are the ones you still need to lash. Oops, sorry.
Oops, sorry.
I'll do it on the other side too.
Yep.
So what I was saying is when you get about this full with lashes, it gets really hard to be able to tell which ones you still need to lash because there's so many little ones. So again, tape's your bestie. You always want to use tape. So I pull the lashes back, and then all those little lashes will kind of pop up, and that's where you still need to put lashes.
But some of those are like too little, right? Like babies
Some
that
of
you
them,
don't want to lash.
like, okay, you see this little tiny baby one right there? No, but the ones right next to it, yes.
Okay.
I unstick on the back of my hand quite a few times because you want it sticky enough to stick on the
But
skin.
not too much.
But not too much that it's going to yank the lashes. So you want to get the very tips of the lashes and then pull them back. And you see how they're already popping out?
Mm-hmm.
And is it a length that you're saying that you wouldn't do it on that side? Like,
So you don't want to lash the little tiny baby ones because those are too little. Those are like
Is that in again?
I think it's anagen. Anagen.
okay.
So like these little bitty, itty bitty lashes right here.
Yeah,
Those are like in the baby phase.
you
So
don't
you
wanna
want to
do
leave those alone, and you just want to let those grow. You want to get all these ones though that are long enough to be able to like visibly see.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Good view.
Yep. And what I do is I brush like kind of right here, And you see how those are just like all popping out?
Yeah.
Those are still ones that you need to lash. So I lash those and I'll do the same thing. I focused them mainly in the inner corners, and then I'll go back a second time and do them in the inner corners. Take them off like little by little. And it's not hurting her at all. They pop off pretty easily, but again, you don't just want to pull it.
Because then it'll take the lashes off.
Yeah.
All your hard work. And
Yeah.
you said you like touched it to your skin a few times to make it less tacky.
Mm-hmm.
You use the same piece.
Yep, I stick it right here and I'll use the same piece. Sometimes it's like too unsticky. It's not sticky enough. So sometimes I'll grab a new piece, but most of the time it's fine. This tape is a lot more sticky than the tape that I typically use, this one. And you can feel the difference too. I'll like cut you off.
So that's what you would normally use in your practice to do that,
Mm-hmm.
to tape them up.
You can feel how sticky that one is. And
I
then
saw
you
it
can
lift
feel
up
how
on the gel
sticky
pen,
this
so I was
one is.
wondering. That's much softer.
And you can feel that one too. You feel the difference?
Oh, wow.
So it just depends on what y'all want to use.
Oh,
you
yeah,
know?
that's way better.
Yeah.
I wonder what my girl does because I'm really sensitive to tape. And she uses a bunch of it.
It's probably the one that has the less adhesive, because the adhesive is what makes me red on the tape.
Yeah, like you see this, because I had my lashes filled yesterday. So this is all, plus I had a chemical peel. My face is all messed up right now, but so it's really red right there.
Like even the tape, like when I get my blood drawn, like it'll stay
Oh,
red
yeah.
for like hours.
Yeah.
Did you want to feel this?
Yeah.
So you can see how full that's looking down there.
Pink one's just really
So
light.
a
doesn't
trick
have
for
much
the
stick
inner
to it.
corner. When you're doing the inner corners are probably the hardest that you'll do. You'll want to put the tape. There's a few ways to do it, but you can put the tape here in the inner corner, and you can pull this way and tape. And do you see how that kind of opens that up a little bit more? That makes it a lot easier. So with this tape back method, you don't want to pull so much that their eye opens either.
Oh, yeah.
So if their eye opens, all the fumes that are from this glue are getting in their eyes, and that's whenever, I'm sure y'all have all seen the bloodshot red eyes. That's what that's from, is when the fumes get in the eyes. So you can pull it back, but you see how her eyes still not open?
So, like if they wear contacts, should they take them off?
I mean, yes, because when they open their eyes are going to be really dry. Hi, the baby bomb. But yeah, so they don't necessarily have to, but they can. I wear contacts and I usually take mine out before my appointments, just because it's more comfortable.
So did you just get your certificate here and then?
I had a certificate before. I found a lash class that didn't require a license before, and that's when I was practicing. So when I got here, I had already been doing lashes for a really long time. But legally, I still needed a license to like do them on other people. Go away. There's a bug, but it's fine. I'm saving you. And you really do want to get as close to the inner corner as possible. The really small lashes, though, you're not going to be able to. With this side's a little different, I'll go this way instead of going under. Or you can even go like this. I think it's better to grab them though. Gives you a little more control. I usually have a bigger mirror too. It makes it a little easier to see everything. Yeah, I usually have a bigger one. Typically. And then the same thing I do on the inner corner. And you'll see how like all those lashes just pop out of there. Maybe. So if you're not taping well enough, you'll have a ton of stickies. And then you're gonna have to work really, really hard to get them all unstuck. So like I said, the taping is important, but also at the very end, you're bound to have a few little ones stick to either the gel pad or the bottom lash. So if you see in this mirror, what I typically like to do is I like to lift the lid just a little bit. You see I'm not opening her eye, but I'm able to see if any of those lashes are stuck. So you see that one might be stuck to the gel pad. And then there's this one right over here. Oh, no, see that unstuck itself. So if it is, you can go under like this, under the lashes, and you can make sure they're not stuck. None of them were stuck here, but I'm trying to see if they're, if there is any stuck.
Did you end up going with the 11s instead of the 12?
I ended up doing the 12s
Okay.
on her, yeah. So it was 9, 10, 11, 12 in the middle, and then back down 11, 10, 9. Yeah, so again, I put the mirror under and I'll pull her eyelid up slightly just to make sure there's nothing stuck, because you don't want them to open and everything be stuck. If there are any stuck, you want to make sure all the tape is still covering all the other ones. But she looks good. So we'll dry them now. I usually dry them for like an extra long time, just to be sure. It'll get all those fumes out of her eyes. Have y'all ever had y'all's eyelashes done and when you open them they're like burning?
Yeah.
That's why. Yeah, you want to make sure that they're real good.
So when they're not dry, they burn.
They all
Like I'm on 7 people. Girl, I would pick that up.
Bending over is getting hard, I know. My biggest thing was
I'm not gonna have you
getting
open them
pots
just
and pans out of
yet.
the
I'm gonna
bottom
brush them first.
floors, and you have to like do this crazy.
Oh my gosh, she looks so pretty.
Yeah, I'm over.
Makes me want to go get my lashes done again.
Yeah, same.
Like, why did I even stop?
Are you sleeping okay?
No.
No, yeah. Not at all.
And then again, I like to check them one more
Yeah,
time.
it's constantly new.
And then I'll dry them a little bit more.
You've been lashing for a while, right?
For like 5 years. Mm-hmm.
Are you still with Chandra Snapchat?
What'd you say?
Chandra Snapchat.
So I'm her receptionist right now. I was working Tuesdays and Wednesdays there, but I'm trying to find a new job now. Yeah, her shop's being torn down. Like the whole shop. They're making a domain right there.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I read about that, like, while back.
Yeah,
how they're
I
gonna,
know.
like
the-
re-landscape that whole
Yeah.
thing.
Alrighty.
We get the
Open
neighborhood.
them whenever you're ready. How do they
little
feel?
Newspaper for Southwest
Good.
When that came, I like saved it and put it in my, because
You're
I
gonna
work
love
at
them.
Let me show you.
when I was a teenager, so it's